Hey everyone, welcome back. Now in this video we will be covering as to what Amazon retail arbitrage actually is. We've heard this term thrown around so many times on YouTube, on TikTok, even on Instagram at this point. But you're still unsure as to what it actually means, or most importantly, how you can generate a good side income from it. So that's what I'm here to do today. Without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So Amazon retail arbitrage, it's just reselling. But instead of you reselling as in traditional sneakers or hyped items, you're just selling normal items on Amazon. So you buy something cheaper from, let's say, a local supermarket. And if you see that very specific product selling for a bit more markup on Amazon, just get that item, take a big box, put it all in, send it to Amazon, and wait for it to basically sell out. So that is the business model in the most simplest of terms. Again, we will cover this in more detail as we progress. So again, the business model simply is you buy branded products. Again, emphasis on the branded, because we will then sort of have the best chance for actually having for it to sell out. It's going to be an everyday item and people will most likely buy it. You ship it to Amazon, and then Amazon then ships it to your customers. It takes care of the entire customer service journey, provides the support, returns, and everything. So you are basically operating this business as hands-free as it possibly can. We would go right to actually see what the beauty of this business model is, and how I believe this is the most perfect side hustle you can do in this age and time. So the first point is that you can sell whatever you want. As far as traditional reselling goes, it's only linked to sneakers, it's only linked to hyped clothing, hyped collectibles maybe. But in that business model, you have to wait for something to release. With this business model, because we'll be selling everyday stuff, you don't have to wait for anything. You can just go to your local supermarket, as that Sainsbury. I don't care what it is. If you see something that you can flip online, just buy it. You don't have to wait for anything at all. So that's what I believe makes it the best. One of the points. Second point is you have the best chance of selling. And the reason why I'm saying that is because in hyped reselling, the prices do tend to fluctuate a lot. But with everyday items, like let's say, I actually sold this on Amazon too. I've kept it on for myself, but this was selling on Amazon. I think it was selling for £10. I bought this for £2 from B&M, I think. I kept it on for myself. But the thing is, you can buy whatever. You can find products every day, and I will release a guide on how you can find these products too. But you can just sell whatever, and because these are already branded, you will have the best chance of selling them. Well, why? Because you won't have to spend any advertisement costs. These products, they're already advertised. People already want these. You don't have to spend a single dime on actually promoting the product, because it's already in demand. People already want it. You don't have to advertise for it. And because it's branded, people will buy it. They are already selling. Like, I've actually got an example opened up over here. This product, this is from Oral-B. But if you come down here, even though it's being dispatched by Amazon, this is being sold by K's Goods, which is again I believe this person is also doing Amazon retail arbitrage, because he's selling a product that is not linked to his brand, but he's selling it for a profit. This is exactly the same thing that we'll be doing. We'll be selling a brand that is, even though it's not ours, we can still sell it and make a profit out of it. We don't have to spend a single time on advertising. We don't have to optimize the listing. We just have to supply the demand. We just have to supply with the units for it to sell, nothing else. It has a lower barrier to entry, doesn't require as much capital as other stuff needs, and you don't need to give it a lot of time to. I only used to give it 4 hours every single week, and I was still making 1K every month in profit, and I treated it as a complete side hustle. So if I can do it, so can you. Now, the most beautiful thing, which I've already sort of talked about in this video before, is that Amazon deals with the entire customer support. You don't even have to talk with the customer. You don't have to talk about returns, about shipping delays, whatever. That is completely dealt by Amazon. And lastly, the shipping. The only thing you need to do is you need to take a big box, take all the items you're selling, put it into that big box. Amazon takes it out from your doorstep, takes it away, and then they basically are responsible for shipping it out to every customer that basically places an order. They have to deal with the support as well. They have to deal with every single thing. The only thing you will have to deal with is the cash flow, is to provide them with more products, and just sit down in your chair and see the money rolling in. Now, a lot of things do go behind the scenes as well, which we will cover in the upcoming modules. So once you watch this, move on to the next one, and most importantly, take action. That's it for this one. I'll see you in the next video. Right, so in this video, just quickly want to sort of touch ground and explain the difference between Amazon retail arbitrage versus Amazon private label. Now, as we've already sort of mentioned, that retail arbitrage is used selling branded products. So products that are already selling on the store, you just provide the units for it, and it basically just sells out. And private label, you're basically selling your own products. Some people source their products from, let's say, Alibaba or AliExpress. They sometimes use Amazon FBA to drop ship stuff. Or some people, what they do is they just buy loads of inventory from those places and then store it in warehouses, such as warehouses in the UK or the US, and then basically sell it to the audience from there. So retail arbitrage is selling branded products, products that are already established and are, let's say, already selling on the store, and we are just providing the units for it. And private label, we are launching your own brand or like your own product, and then basically white labeling everything and launching and scaling it on its own. So these two business models can be used with Amazon FBA. Now, a lot of people I can see as well in this space, they are sort of trying to promote this private label model. Now, what I've basically done is I have made two basically tables explaining the pros and cons of each business model, and basically sort of in the end explaining as to why I would prefer retail arbitrage over private label. So without any further ado, let's just scroll down and see what this is all about. Now, first of all, why I would prefer retail arbitrage over private label. Simply because of the fact that it has faster selling times. And private label, you need to wait till the sales start to kick in. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, when you are selling branded products, they're already in demand. You don't need to start a brand from scratch, whereas in private label, you do. So in retail arbitrage, what you just do is you buy stuff, you send it to Amazon, and they just sell out as soon as. In private label, you need to make up the listing, you need to take pictures, you need to advertise for it. Obviously, you need to spend money so that it could get more eyeballs, and then basically those eyeballs then convert and buy that product. That's not the same thing with retail arbitrage, which is why, obviously, the things sell out faster and you get your money back faster. Secondly, retail arbitrage requires a low capital, whereas with private label, it requires a bigger capital. Reason being is, in retail arbitrage, the only stuff you need to spend money on is the products. In private label, you need to spend money on your products, the packaging, the advertising, the manufacturer, shipping. A lot can go into it, which is again why this is going to be a big capital investment. And then again, with the amount of money you're spending on advertising, there is no guarantee that it will sell or it will give you a profit, if that makes sense. You can treat retail arbitrage as a side hustle, which basically means that if you've already got a business that's running and thriving, and you only sort of, let's say, want to do this as a side hustle for some extra cash, or let's say if you want to do this, on the sides whilst you are, let's say, in full-time education, you can do that with retail arbitrage. Whereas with private label, it's a full-time thing, it's a full-time business. You need to manage everything. Sometimes you need to manage the staff as well. So it does take a lot of your time and a lot of effort to obviously run this business model. And the last thing is, with RA, there is, as I mentioned, no advertising cost. Private label, there is advertising cost, because in retail arbitrage, the product is already in demand. with private label, you need to create that demand for it to actually sell out. Now, this is why I prefer retail arbitrage over private label. But like everything, if one is better than the, if one, like everything, if one business is better than the other, in some ways, the other business would have some other upsides towards the other business. In this instance, we're going to talk about as to why private label is better than retail arbitrage. And that is because in private label, there are usually bigger margins. Because think about it. Once your product, let's say, becomes popular enough, you can charge however much money as a markup, because it's only you that is selling that very specific product. Whereas in retail arbitrage, the margins are lower because the product that you are selling could be sold by other people as well. So essentially, it is a bit more higher of a competition. Your product will sell out, but it's that instead of you making, let's say, an 80 or 90% margin that I have seen people do with private label, some people with retail arbitrage, a margin of 20 to 30% is actually considered very good, and usually 10 to 15% margins are the case. But then again, those are, let's say, outweighed by the amount of sales that you actually get with retail arbitrage and the time you actually save. Private label is highly scalable and retail arbitrage is not as scalable. The reason why I say that is because with private label, because it's just one product that you're focusing on, you can provide as much stock as you can until the only thing basically it depends on is your manufacturer. With retail arbitrage, because we're buying stuff that's on clearance or let's say on sale, it depends on how much stock the superstore or like your supplier actually can provide. So there's a difference. You can hire many manufacturers, but you can't get as much suppliers with the same price for a branded product, if that makes sense. Thirdly, your private label could be automated. And why I would say that is because once your order comes through, you can straight off send it to your supplier, and then obviously they can keep up with the demand if you want to go and take the drop shipping route. But usually, if you want to, let's say, buy lots of inventory, you can hire somebody to sort of calculate how much inventory you'll need. And then that can all just basically be automated because you can pay everybody to do that stuff. With RA, you still need to work. You still need to go out in store and find products. If you want to sort of just stick with online leads, that is still completely fine. You can completely outsource that. But a lot of good deals are usually in store, which is, again, you will need to actually go out and do this. And then you have to prep as well. By prep, I mean is you need to take a big box, package all of it up, put it into that box and basically send it to Amazon. You still need to do that till the very end. You can hire a prep center for it. But then again, if you've, let's say, found some in-store leads, you need to send those to the prep center first, and then they will then basically deal with the packaging and sending it to Amazon. Now, with private label, a lot of people also build a brand and take an exit out of it for multi-six figures or even seven figures as well. That is not possible with a retail arbitrage business, because you're not building a brand. You're not building a business in a sense that it could be sold, it could be transferred. It has no intrinsic value. It's just so you can make some extra cash and just make some extra income for the time being. And once you're done, the business just stops working. So, yep, these are the reasons as to why private label is just so much better than retail arbitrage. These are the reasons as to why retail arbitrage is better than private label. The decision in the end is completely yours. The only reason as to why I would prefer retail arbitrage over private label would be the faster selling times. See, if you know Papa, if you watch these videos, speed is everything. Because like the thing is, I want to get my money back fast, because once I get it back, I can then reinvest it over and over and over and over again. So that's the only reason why I would prefer retail arbitrage over private label. Again, it's a lower, the startup cost for it is lower compared to private label. So again, in the end, choice is yours. Choose whatever you want to wisely. If you still want to stick with retail arbitrage, continue forward, and I'll see you in the next one. Right, so in this video, just quickly wanted to sort of touch ground and explain the difference between Amazon retail arbitrage versus Amazon private label. Now, as we've already sort of mentioned, that retail arbitrage is you selling branded products. So products that are already selling on the store, you just provide the units for it, and it basically just sells out. And private label, you're basically selling your own products, Some people source their products from, let's say, Alibaba or AliExpress. They sometimes use Amazon FBA to drop ship stuff. Or some people, what they do is they just buy loads of inventory from those places and then store it in warehouses, such as warehouses in the UK or the US, and then basically sell it to the audience from there. So retail arbitrage is selling branded products, products that are already established and are, let's say, already selling on the store, and we are just providing the units for it. In private label, we are launching your own brand or like your own product, and then basically white labeling everything and launching and scaling it on its own. So these two business models can be used with Amazon FBA. Now, a lot of people I can see as well in this space, they are sort of trying to promote this private label model. Now, what I've basically done is I have made two basically tables explaining the pros and cons of each business model, and basically sort of in the end explaining as to why I would prefer retail arbitrage over private label. So without any further ado, let's just scroll down and see what this is all about. Now, first of all, why I would prefer retail arbitrage over private label. Simply because of the fact that it has faster selling times. And private label, you need to wait till the sales start to kick in. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, when you are selling branded products, they're already in demand. You don't need to start a brand from scratch, whereas in private label, you do. So in retail arbitrage, what you just do is you buy stuff, you send it to Amazon, and they just sell out as soon as. In private label, you need to make up the listing, you need to take pictures, you need to advertise for it. Obviously, you need to spend money so that it could get more eyeballs, and then basically those eyeballs then convert and buy that product. That's not the same thing with retail arbitrage, which is why obviously the things sell out faster and you get your money back faster. Secondly, retail arbitrage requires a low capital, whereas with private label, it requires a bigger capital. Reason being is, in retail arbitrage, the only stuff you need to spend money on is the products. In private label, you need to spend money on your products, the packaging, the advertising, the manufacturer, shipping. A lot can go into it, which is again why this is going to be a big capital investment. And then again, with the amount of money you're spending on advertising, there is no guarantee that it will sell or it will give you a profit, if that makes sense. You can treat retail arbitrage as a side hustle, which basically means that if you've already got a business that's running and thriving, and you only sort of, let's say, want to do this as a side hustle for some extra cash, or let's say if you want to do this on the sides whilst you are, let's say, in full-time education, you can do that with retail arbitrage. Whereas with private label, it's a full-time thing, it's a full-time business. You need to manage everything. Sometimes you need to manage the staff as well. So it does take a lot of your time and a lot of effort to obviously run this business model. And the last thing is, with RA, there is, as I mentioned, no advertising cost. Private label, there is advertising cost, because in retail arbitrage, the product is already in demand. With private label, you need to create that demand for it to actually sell out. Now, this is why I prefer retail arbitrage over private label. But like everything, if one business is better than the other, in some ways, the other business would have some other upsides towards the other business. We're going to talk about as to why private label is better than retail arbitrage. And that is because in private label, there are usually bigger margins. Because think about it. Once your product, let's say, becomes popular enough, you can charge however much money as a markup, because it's only you that is selling that very specific product. Whereas in retail arbitrage, the margins are lower because the product that you are selling could be sold by other people as well. So essentially, it is a bit more high of a competition. Your product will sell out, but it's that instead of you making, let's say, an 80 or 90% margin that I have seen people do with private label, some people with retail arbitrage, a margin of 20 to 30% is actually considered very good, and usually 10 to 15% margins are the case. But then again, those are, let's say, outweighed by the amount of sales that you actually get with retail arbitrage and the time you actually save. Private label is highly scalable, and retail arbitrage is not as scalable. The reason why I say that is because with private label, because it's just one product that you're focusing on, you can provide as much stock as you can until the only thing basically it depends on is your manufacturer. With retail arbitrage, because we're buying stuff that's on clearance or let's say on sale, it depends on how much stock the superstore or like your supplier actually can provide. So there's a difference. You can hire many manufacturers, but you can't get as much suppliers with the same price for a branded product, if that makes sense. Thirdly, your private label could be automated. And why I would say that is because once your order comes through, you can straight off send it to your supplier, and then obviously they can keep up with the demand if you want to go and take the drop shipping route. But usually, if you want to, let's say, buy lots of inventory, you can hire somebody to sort of calculate how much inventory you'll need. And then that can all just basically be automated because you can pay everybody to do that stuff. With RA, you still need to work. You still need to go out in store and find products. If you want to sort of just stick with online leads, that is still completely fine. You can completely outsource that. But a lot of good deals are usually in store, which is, again, you will need to actually go out and do this. And then you have to prep as well. By prep, I mean is you need to take a big box, package all of it up, put it into that box and basically send it to Amazon. You still need to do that till the very end. You can hire a prep center for it. But that, again, if you've, let's say, found some in-store leads, you need to send those to the prep center first, and then they will then basically deal with the packaging and sending it to Amazon. Now, with private label, a lot of people also build a brand and take an exit out of it for multi-six figures or even seven figures as well. That is not possible with a retail arbitrage business, because you're not building a brand. You're not building a business in a sense that it could be sold, it could be transferred. It has no intrinsic value. It's just so you can make some extra cash and just make some extra income for the time being. And once you're done, the business just stops working. So, yep, these are the reasons as to why private label is just so much better than retail arbitrage. These are the reasons as to why retail arbitrage is better than private label. The decision in the end is completely yours. The only reason as to why I would prefer retail arbitrage over private label would be the fastest selling times. See, if you know Papa, if you watch these videos, speed is everything. Because like the thing is, I want to get my money back fast, because once I get it back, I can then reinvest it over and over and over and over again. So that's the only reason why I would prefer retail arbitrage over private label. Again, it's a lower, the startup cost for it is lower compared to private label. So again, in the end, choice is yours. Choose whatever you want to wisely. If you still want to stick with retail arbitrage, continue forward, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, now we are finally going to open our Amazon Seller Central account. I will try my best to guide you through as much as I can. I won't be creating an actual account, but I'll still be sort of filling up some details, so we have a bit of an idea as to what to do and basically what exact steps you have to follow till the very end. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I'll put this link down in the description as well, but you just go to sellercentral.amazon.com/ap/register. You put in your details in. I'll just put mine for the time being. Right. Once you verify your email, you'll be brought to this page. So we just click on begin down here. Right. Once this is loaded, all I want you to do is to select your country. In our instance, it's going to be the United Kingdom. Click on business type. Now, what you guys can do is you can simply start off by going down as none. I am an individual, but I would always advise you to not go through that route and simply just go down to the sole proprietary route. That should be fine. Let's go down. Business name. Now, this is the name, how you basically want your name to basically appear on Amazon's account. Because it's going to be a sole trader, you can change your name with the sole trader file as well, down with HMRC. So we just put that name in here. For the purpose of this video, let's just put something else down. I'm going to hide this. Right, so once that is done, we need to fill out some business details in. Now, it requires you to put down your UTR number. This can be obtained from HMRC once you register with them as a sole trader. We need to put down our addresses in here, type the characters above, and send yourself an SMS verification, put that code in, and just simply go down to the next step. Right, so this is going to be the next page we landed on. Now, just fill these out. It's, again, pretty standard information. Fill all of this out, and we just continue to the next page. Right, so once you fill out the details, just select on these two boxes that you're a legal representative of your own company and that you're acting on your own behalf. And yeah, we just click on next. Right, so at this stage, Amazon will require you to put down your card details and charge you £25 plus VAT, which is around £30 for your very first month. Now, I won't be paying that, but after this, it's again going to be very straightforward. All you just do is just put your details down and everything should be perfectly fine. In case you get stuck somewhere, just message me on school and I'll be more than happy to help and answer any questions that you have in your DMs. But that's it for this video. Once you create the account, we'll move on to the next one where I will give you a brief tour of the entire Seller Central. Right guys, so in this quick lesson, we'll be sort of walking you through the Amazon Seller Central dashboard. By now you've already made your account, and if you still haven't, just go back to the previous video and create an account. And if you've got any questions, just ask me in the group. I'm always there and I'll always be there to help you out as well. So let's just take a rough look at the account for the time being, and again, this will make much more sense as we progress. So again, this over here shows my store. This is the country where I'm sort of currently operating in. And this would be the sales. Again, these would show you the sales for the current day, and you can change it to like the last 30 days and it will sort of change according to that. And if you go down to sales dashboard, and over here, if you want to, let's say, change it to, let's say, you want to do it from the time you actually started operating it, let's say the 1st of Jan till the current time, click on apply. And it will then show you the revenue you've actually generated. So yeah, that is just that. We'll go back for now. And the sales in total, this is the current balance that you currently have. And this is something that you can actually withdraw from Amazon's. This is the money that you're actually going to get from the payout. Again, open orders. This is something that you don't have to pay any attention to because Amazon is going to manage all the shipping, all the inventory and stuff like that. Inventory performance, again, this isn't something you need to pay attention to as well. Featured offer, the higher this is, the more it basically, what it means is the higher your featured offer percentage is, the more your account will sort of appear on the buy box. Again, if you don't know what a buy box is, this will be covered later down in the course as well. And this is just a brief walkthrough, so ignore that as well. And account health, my account is it has some issues for the time because I have not operated it properly in a while. But yeah, we'll get to that later down as well. And the things that you need to do to avoid getting your account health at risk. Again, your score should be around 201. It's 192, so it's still completely fine. Shouldn't really cause an issue at all. Coming to these three lines on the top left corner, click on this, and if you go hover over catalog, if you go to add products, this is where basically you will add products that you really want to sell on Amazon. Add products via upload. Never use that. You don't need to use it. Complete your drafts. You don't need to look at it. View selling applications. This is more so related to gated or ungated products. So if you're gated for a product, you need to send them an application for you to get ungated. Gated basically means you're restricted, and then you need to send an application, which is in most situations just an invoice with 10 units of that specific brand, and they will then basically ungate you or unrestrict you to sell that very specific brand. Again, I will cover more about gating and ungating in a later video. Again, these last options, you don't really need to look at them. You don't need to use them. Inventory, manage all inventory. If you click on this, it will then basically show you the listings that you have and the amount of units that you have. And over here, it's the pricing that you want to select. Now over here, it also sort of states as to what it is being priced at for the time being. Again, if you use BuyerBot Pro or the softwares that I basically tell you later down the line, you really don't have to focus on the pricing at all, because the app and the analysis at the end of the day will tell you what would be the best price for your chosen product. So yeah, again, on this page, it would be all your products that you're selling and the prices that you have and what you have available. And you can, in some instances, also see as to who the other competitor, like what's the prices for the other competitors. So that's not something that we need to worry about too much. And the other important one would be shipments. Again, when you take a big box, when you put all of your items in, and when you send to Amazon, you can track this from this very section over here. If I let's say click on track shipment, this will then basically tell me as to when this was created, when was this in transit, and when they received it, and when was it actually closed down. And by closed down, what they mean is that all units have been accounted for, they're all in their warehouses or in their positions, and yeah, the delivery, it's fine. And if you have any issues, they do tell you in this problem section over here. Again, no issues in my end. So yeah, that is again completely fine. Close this down again. Close this down too. Need to open that back up again. Give us a quick sec. Yeah, so we're back on the inventory now. Again, we click on these three dotted lines again. And shipments, again, it's the same thing. Pricing, if you've never been there, you don't need to as well. Orders, manage orders. Again, if you click on it, you will see as to who has placed the orders, and payment complete, shipping, blah, blah, blah. You don't really need to look at them because, again, this is still by Amazon. But then again, if you really want to see as to what items that you have are selling for the time being, you can come to this side and take a look from here. Now, orders, advertising, you don't need to advertise for anything. If you were running a private label brand, then this would have been an issue. Because you're doing retail arbitrage, you're completely fine. You don't really need to look at it at all. Stores, don't need to look at it. Growth, reports, you can go to reports and basically take a look at the tax documents you have, your VAT, or let's say business reports. You can come down here. I think it shows you the sales. Yeah, that's what it basically shows you, the sales. It has the units you've sold. Yeah, so year to date, if you click on apply now, then yeah, it will basically tell you how many units you've sold and what's the revenue that you have basically generated. So this is what you can basically take from there. Performance, again, account health. If you want to, I mean, if you sell original products and if you always ship them in good condition, and if you don't sell like false products, this shouldn't be an issue at all. And yeah, it basically covers everything. Let's come back to the dashboard. So a lot of people might be wondering is, how do I have these important tabs right over here? What you can do is you can come to this side. You can click to, let's say I want to make this tab as well. I can click on this, and this should, as you can then see, sort of just come on this side over here. Let me just remove that because I don't need it at all. But yeah, I've got all the important tabs marked on my top. Again, you don't need anything else than this. This is more than sufficient enough. And for me, myself, unless I'm creating a shipment, I'll just use my mobile phone, because the mobile phones, it's just more convenient. Again, if I'm going to make a shipment, I'll jump back on my laptop to work on it. And that is basically everything. Again, if you want to take a look at the account info, you can do so by clicking on that settings button and coming to this side right over here. Currently I have limited access. Again, I haven't managed it in quite a while, so I'll do that too. But yeah, that should be everything for this video. Again, this was just a rough walkthrough of what is where and what does what do. But yeah, we will go into more depth as we move on, and you'll have a better understanding as you start using it too. So that's it for this video, and yep, I'll see you in the next one. Hi guys, so in this very quick lesson, I'm going to tell you exactly how you can avoid paying VAT on your sold items. Now, Amazon charges VAT as a standard. As soon as you open an account and as soon as you sell something, Amazon is going to charge VAT on top of that price as well, which is again going to cut out of your margins. Amazon is stupid. You're making less than 80k per year and you're a sole trader, and they'll still charge it on your behalf. So what you just need to do is just go with them on live chat and tell them that you're a sole trader and VAT does not apply to you. And then they should tell you if they are taking any VAT, or if they are just simply going to get that removed. They might ask you for some sort of documentation at all, but you could just be like, what kind of documentation do you need? You can maybe send your bank statements. But yeah, it's never happened to me. It happens to some people, but it's nothing major. What some people do is they open a live chat. If somebody asks for some documents, they just open a new live chat and just basically ask that person to remove it for them, and then that gets the job done as well. So yeah, make sure to go VAT free as well. It's very important. It's going to eat from your profits, which you obviously do not want. So yeah, that's a quick one. I'll speak to you in the next video. Hey guys, so in this video, I really want to talk about your Amazon FBA business and the importance of credit. Now, credit in a sense does not directly link to your Amazon FBA selling, but having a credit line in place, it is just so important, and it has helped me a ton myself as well. And I'm not just saying it just for the sake of it. I've been part of Credit Club for like, I think it's about 10, 11 months now. And I made this post back in July 2023, and I want to read this out to you and share this out to yourself as well, just so you know as to how basically Credit Club or just credit in general changed my life. So let's read it together. Hey everyone, just wanted to speak a little bit about how credit has changed my business and the way I do it. I'm basically in the reselling business or FBA business, and obviously buy stuff in bulk and in much higher quantities. The credit line you get when Papa helps you once you join Credit Club just enables you to make money out of thin air. Because let's imagine I have all my money tied up in a slow selling stock. I could make quick flips while making purchases on my credit line and recoup some money. Now that is if the things you buy actually make you a profit, which with the right research is very possible. And how can we forget the points? I just made 2k plus points and I've only used it on 2 occasions. And so in Credit Club 2.0, what basically happens is that we get you a business golden Amex card. First of all, that business card is going to be a charge card, so you don't have to utilize it, because I think a lot of people might already know that if you use more than 15% of your credit card, it has a negative effect on your card. That doesn't happen with a charge card, so you can spend 100% of it and it still won't cause any issues. Second of all, you actually get points for spending each pound, and then you can redeem those points for business class flights, hotel rooms even, and just so much more. And even with let's say that being said, let's say you have a credit card in place, there's only so much you can use, and you can only get such a higher limit, because again at the end it's based on your personal credit scores, whereas in the sense of a business golden Amex card, it's based, like, virtually speaking, it has no limit, but they do put a soft limit on it. It's not a hard limit with your credit card has. And it's just so easy to make it higher as well. Like, I started off with, I think my limit was 3k, and now I'm sitting at 50k, which is, again, it's madness. And I mean, yeah, that is entirely the only reason why, I would say, is to get a business card. If you don't have an LTD, and if your income isn't even that high, just join Credit Club 2.0. We all are there for you. We will help you out in opening the card up. And the plus point is that we will tell you how to basically print points, which we can then use for business class flights or hotels out of thin air. So if you want to build a massive credit line on the side too, and then use that credit line in order to excel your Amazon FBA business or whatever business it is, be sure to check Credit Club 2.0 out. I'll most likely add a link down in the description below as well. Or if you just want more information, just give me a text message. And again, the proof is right in front of you. It's not that I'm part of the team is the reason why I'm saying that. Back in July, I was a member myself, and it has helped me a ton. The results are there, the team is there, and I'm there. So if you want more information, just ask us away, and we'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Now in this video, we will be talking about the exact tools that we will use to, first of all, source our leads, and then second of all, actually analyze them and see if they're actually a good buy for us, and it's actually something that we can basically get and flip on Amazon for a profit. Now without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. So I'll be telling you about these two tools. However, each of these tools will have a separate masterclass in which I will go into deep detail and explain to you how we can use them to the utmost potential and basically take you from zero to hero in each of these softwares. So with that out of the way, the first tool we want to get is BuyerBot Pro, which is this one. Now, this is a software that we will use to analyze leads that we find in store, but also analyze the leads that we will find online as well. So it can tell you how many sales one thing is getting, what's the average price, stuff like that. Again, I will leave the details for a separate video, but this is the first tool that we will actually require. The second tool that we will need is called Tactical Arbitrage. Now, this is a software that will basically scour the internet and find amazing deals for you that you can basically use to then later on flip online. So these two tools are the tools that we will actually need, first of all, to basically analyze the deals, to find these deals, and yeah, to see if you can make a profit with those deals or not. Now, let's talk about the running costs. So BuyAbout Pro starts, like their packages starts from around 25-ish pounds per month. For Tactical Arbitrage, their arbitrage package costs around $89 per month, which is around £70. So our total monthly cost is around $95-ish to $100, $95-ish to £100 per month. But as I mentioned, I'm going to tell you the exact method how you can get them for free, so you don't have to worry about these £100 charges at all. Now, this is something that a lot of you might have already figured out by looking at the tabs opened above, but I'll tell you the exact step-by-step on how you can actually do it for those of you who haven't still realized it. Now, what we basically do is, in order to get the software, they have an introductory free trial, and then we basically exploit the system and keep on getting these free trials over and over again by using what is known as a temporary email. Now, what we do is we basically go to each website. Now, for example, let's go to BuyAbout Pro for the time being. We come to the UK side, click on free trial, and select one of these two packages. Again, you can select any of them. However, if you're not paying for something and if you're getting it for free, why do you even care about the package? Why don't we just go with the most expensive one? So we just click on free trial over here, and what you will basically then do is over here, because it's already sort of logged me in, let me log myself out from here, and basically just come back to this side special. So right over here, you need to pull down your entire details, everything from A till Z. And then once you're down at the credit card side, also I forgot to mention on the email, you can put down your temporary email, which then basically means that you won't have to keep on making these emails over and over again. So you come back to that site again, where it says your credit card / debit card details. Use a Revolut card. Because they are virtual cards, you can keep making new ones and you can keep destroying them. So what I used to do was create a Revolut account, create a card, load it with $1 to $2 or pounds, because that's sometimes they will use it to sort of have a pre-authorization check. So have those in place. You create a new account, put your Revolut details down, and once you create the account and once you see the charge that showed up on your statement, just delete the card and create a new one. So that way, once your trial runs out, you won't get charged for the previous one because that card simply just doesn't exist, and you can create new accounts over and over again. And I've just done that right here. I mean, as you can see over here, welcome to 3 calls, which is Tactical Arbitrage. Welcome to BuyAbout Pro exclusive free 14-day trial. So for Tactical Arbitrage, you get a 7-day trial. For BuyAbout Pro, you get a 14-day free trial. Again, as you guys can see, I just made one, again, completely for free. You don't need to pay for them. And yes, so these are the two tools that we will actually require. That will basically take us, that are essential to take us from 0 to hero in Amazon. And this is the exact method you can use to keep using them more for free. And yep, that is exactly it. And now in the next upcoming modules, I will break down exactly how to use them, the step-by-steps. And yep, I'm excited to see you in the next video. Hey kittens, and welcome to one of the most important videos in this entire course. In this course, we'll be talking about BuyAbout Pro. BuyAbout Pro, as you guys remember, is the tool we will use to actually analyze our leads and to see if they're actually worth our time or not. So without any further ado, let's get started. Now, first of all, I just hope that you have already signed up for this for the services. Now, if you watched the previous video, I just go through step by step how you can actually get it, and that too for free. So once you sign up, this is sort of the page that you are brought down to. Take a note of your license key. You actually do need it because I will then sort of tell you to sort of sign up on your mobile phone as well. Now, this video will mainly sort of focus on how to use the BuyBot Pro extension and how to analyze them and what to actually look for in a product. How to actually use the app will basically come up in the next video, but that's still fine. So we scroll down over here. As you can see, it tells you to download the extension. So you just click on this link and you'll be brought to this page. So we just click on Add to Chrome and Add Extension. Yeah, so the BuyBot Pro extension has been added. Now what you can do is, let's just go to, let's say, amazon.co.uk. Let's just select any random product. Let's just actually, let's just select this. And basically asks you for the license key and the email. So I'm going to go back here, copy my license key. Copy my license key over here. And let me actually find the email really quickly too. Right, so once you log in, this is what the entire extension is going to look like. Now I'm going to briefly walk you through and explain as to what each thing actually means. So this is going to be like one of the most important parts of this entire extension. First of all, buy price. This is where you're going to put down your actual sourcing price. So let's say, for example, we found this for, I don't know, let's say 40-ish pounds. Let's click on analyze and it's going to give us the data right over here on this side. So profit would so profit means that we will make 41 pounds if we buy at this price and sell it at this price, which is currently the buy box price. The return on investment, 103%. BSR, 1%. What does BSR actually mean? BSR, in a nutshell, means that this product is one of the top 1% products in its niche. So in toothbrushes, this is going to be ranked, like its rank is in one of the top 1%. So the lower the BSR percent is, the higher the likelihood of it to actually sell out will be. So this is something that we take into account too as well. Again, I'm just going to walk you briefly through it and then give you the exact requirements or the exact metrics we need to account for before making a decision if that lead is actually good or not. This comes to show that the average selling that actually monthly sales of it is around 100 units per month, which again, it is a good side. Again, I'll give you more details later down. IP radar, it's great. What does IP mean? IP issue is basically linked to intellectual property. If it shows red over here, that just means that the owner of this brand or the owner of this product only allows himself or only select sellers to actually sell this product. Because this shows green over here, that means that there is no issue whatsoever. If it is orange or red, I would stay away from it, because even if you, let's say, buy that product, even if you let's say send it to Amazon, they can simply ban you from selling it. They will send the items back to you. So because of that, you might not be eligible to return those items, first of all. So you're stuck with the inventory. And second of all, it's actually going to hurt your Amazon account health too. So if you get a lot of IP strikes, they'll basically just ban you from selling on Amazon. And that is something that we don't want. We want to keep our account in a healthy position, and we want to make a positive relationship with Amazon. Now, I need to log into my seller's account in order to obtain both of these information. But in short, eligible, basically, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you're eligible for selling the product, it will give you a yes over here. If it says no, that will most likely mean that you are gated to sell that product. I need to get ungated. Gated basically means that you're restricted and you need to get unrestricted to sell that product. Again, I will be telling you about the ways on how to get unrestricted or ungated in one of the upcoming videos. But yeah, again, this is just a brief overlook as to what each thing actually means. Hazmat, this is related to products that are either flammable or have like massive batteries. So it's either perfumes or products with massive batteries. If it is hazmat, what usually happens is for normal products, you can send them to Amazon with Amazon's partner delivery or with UPS or USPS. I think UPS. And that is in 99% of the cases would be the cheapest option that you can select to send those like your items to Amazon for them to actually hold in their warehouse. If it is hazmat, you will be responsible to send these items to Amazon yourself, and you'll be both responsible to pay for the shipping as well. So again, it is something that you can sell. I've personally sell a lot of hazmat products myself, mainly just perfumes. But if you're just starting out, just stay away from these kind of products, because A, you need to sign up to you need to be allowed to sell dangerous goods. And then second of all, it's just a bit more hassle. So if you're just starting out, just avoid these in the beginning. And as you become more advanced, just sign up for it. And you can definitely start selling these kind of products as well, because the more you diversify, the better it is going to be. Now, let's scroll down on this side as well. And let's talk about, this is going to be your ASIN. Again, ASIN is like a product's ID code that you will need to actually list the product. It's listed on this side, and it's listed in the URL, like right in this section over here as well, after the word DP. And you will use this to add this product to your seller's inventory. Again, I'll walk you through step by step on how to add a product and how to send it to the warehouse in a different video. This is again just a walkthrough of what everything actually means, and just so you're aware as to what they actually do. But then again, this is just a walkthrough. I'll give you more details, and everything will make sense as we progress. Again, ROI profit, it's right here as well. BSR top 1%, which is it's ranked 978, which is, again, it is amazing. Again, the lower the BSR, the better it is. And if you scroll down over here a bit more, it tells you the suggested purchase quantity first of all, and then it tells you the quantity of each seller over here as well. Now over here, for the time being, it's only Amazon who's selling this product, and they only have 5 in stock. So let's say this product is selling for, let's say, 99.99. You want to sell it for £110. So what you can do is you can basically come here, see as to how many units does the seller that's in front of you have. So let's say if there's one person that's selling it for, let's say, £100, you want to sell one product for 150. You can make that judgment, because you can sort of come over here. You can see first of all how many sales the product has in a month. So let's say it has 100 sales, so these 5 units can sell out in no time, and then you can basically pump up the price and sell the product for however much you actually want to sell it for. So again, this is another sneaky thing that you can use if you want to, but then again, it is not necessary. If you scroll down a bit more, you can see like a 90-day average price chart as well. You can see usually it sells for £100. Sometimes it also goes up to around £270 per month. So we can see that is actually possible, that we can sell this product for around £270 too. So what you can do is you can come back up here, change the selling price to 270, because this is, let's say, the price we want to sell it at. We click on analyze, and then boom, it updates it according to that very selling price. Again, if I actually found this product, this would have been sick. I would have bought 1,000 of this if I had the budget, or if I actually found that. But yeah, that just basically goes to show you the power of actually analyzing a product. Because let's say usually if the product you currently have, you've bought it for, let's say, £50 and it's selling for £100 over here, but once you come down to the 90-day average price, let's say it was the 90-day average price for the product was, let's say, £40, but you're buying it for 50 and you're selling it for 100, that's the current price. It can come down very fast, because let's say the cheapest seller is out of stock for the time being. He might update his inventory the very next day, and even if you, let's say, send the product in, you're going to face a massive loss, because that person will start selling it for £40, and you'll be trying to sell it for, first of all, £90, but then again, you have to wait till that lower person sells out first. But then again, he might sort of replenish before he actually sells out. So again, it's a big risk. It's a massive risk, I would say. You can lose out on a ton of money as well. And then again, with the amount of time it actually takes you to send that product to Amazon and for it to actually load up on their side too, what might happen is that your refund policy for the actual supply, from the supplier you actually got the product from, their refund policy would be like 14 days. You'd be holding the product for more than that, most likely, and then there would be no way for you to get rid of it apart from selling it from eBay or Facebook Marketplace. But then again, that's a big hassle. So again, do look at the 90-day pricing too, if it actually sort of aligns with the current pricing or not. And yeah, that is basically that. You don't need to scroll down and look at all this this mess. Again, I've never used it myself, so this was like a brief walkthrough as to what each thing means and where each thing is. Now, I will tell you the exact sort of benchmark or the exact metrics you need to look for before saying yes to your product. And it's not a big list, and a lot of people, they tend to have a lot of different softwares even, and a huge list of things that they want to sort of see before purchasing a product. I basically want to make things as simple for you guys as possible, and this is the exact requirements I used to looked for before actually purchasing a product, and it served me really well. There's no need to overcomplicate things. So first, you need to make sure that you're actually eligible to sell the product, or that you're not gated. And if you're gated, you need to learn how to get ungated. You need to come up with a game plan before that happens. Again, I'll be telling you about how to get gated, how to get ungated for gated products in more detail in the upcoming videos. Just make sure the ROI on the product is 20% or more, which again, it is this part. If it is more than 20%, just go ahead with it. And if it has more sales, more than 50 sales a month, and why I say that is because speed is very important. Let's say if the ROI for a product is, let's say, 150%, or let's say even if it's, let's say, 1,000%, but the sales is like 1 or 2 every month, and we've got, let's say, 5 sellers competing for those 1 or 2 sales, it's very unlikely that we will actually make a profit, because then again, Amazon charges you holding fees as well, and they then eat within your profits. So prioritize speed over massive ROIs. That's what I say to every person. And yeah, I would, and one more thing actually, I would just just make sure current selling price aligns with 90-day selling price. Yeah, so what I mean by this is just scroll down, look at the 90-day pricing. If it sort of matches with the current pricing, if it was high in the past 90 days, go and buy it. If it was low in the last 90 days, don't buy it. Again, this can vary too for, let's say, like Legos, because they retire. Some sets do retire, and then even though, let's say, their price was low in the past, it will just keep on going up because it's retired. It's a limited item, and Lego won't be making any more of those. So in that instance, I will buy them. But in most cases, these 4 requirements will be more than enough. So just focus on these 4. Once you start making more than £1,000 per month, just obviously go a bit more advanced if you want to. There's no need to, but if you want to, you can. But this is the most lean method on how you can analyze products, see if they're a good fit or not. Now, in the next video, I will basically jump into the BuyBot Pro app, take you guys for a little trip as well. I mean, that is already recorded. I just came back from that mini retail arbitrage trip. But yeah, I'll show you as to what I did, how much profit I was potentially looking at, and how to actually use the app, and what things you will again need to look for into the app. After that video, we will jump into tactical arbitrage, which will then show you, in which video I will show you how you can actually find online leads instead of in-store leads. And yeah, in the following video, we will talk about gating and ungating listings. But yeah, that is it for this one. I will see you in the next one now. Let's actually now talk about what practical steps we can take to find products that we can sell on Amazon in store or in-store retail arbitrage. Let's actually turn this to green. I don't like it. Yeah, so in-store retail arbitrage. Nice. So again, the criteria that we have in place is that we would need to be eligible to sell it. The ROI has to be 20% or more than 50 sales per month, and just that the current selling price aligns with the 90-day selling price. Now, we will again use BuyBot Pro. They've got an app that is known as, it's actually known as BuyBot Go. So just go to the App Store or your Play Store, download BuyBot Go, sign up to it. The layout would be pretty easy. It's really easy. Yeah, before we actually jump into the video as recorded, for the RA trip I've actually made for you guys this morning, and yeah, let's just actually sort of jump into the stores that I actually like and I've found the most success with. First of all, it's Asda. Second, Smith's. B&M. B&M is by far my most favorite. I've found so many amazing products in there, and a lot of the times in-store retail arbitrage can be so much more lucrative than online, because a lot of people can buy stuff through online arbitrage, and because the competition sometimes is just so fierce. But B&M in store, it is madness. You just, every time I've just found so many things that I can actually resell on Amazon. It is ridiculous. B&M, it is by far my most favorite. It is the love of my life. Home Bargains is another good one, and Tesco is another good one as well. I remember we found these calculators from back to school aisle. We were literally doubling our money, and the sales were so fast. 1K sales per month, almost £20 profit on each of these calculators. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, these are basically the stores that I love. And yeah, download the BuyBot Go app from your App Store or your Play Store. After this, I'm going to play a video of the retail arbitrage trip I've made this morning. Even before I actually got to wash my face, because I had to go to the gym. But yeah, go watch it. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions, I mean, obviously just ask me away. I'm always in the group. And yeah, this is the entire criteria. These are the stores I love. And what you must just do is go to a store that you like, go to the clearance aisle, start scanning products. That is it. With B&M, you don't really need to go to the clearance side. Just scan everything. B&M, it is just so good. On to the video now. Right, guys, we're gonna go to B&M to look for some products. Let's go along. Let's see if we find something, or if this is going to be a waste of it. Let's go. When I come to B&M, I always like coming to the beauty section first, and then I go to the cleaning supplies. But yeah, let's see if we find something or not. Okay, so I feel like we've already found something to actually sell. So on B&M, it's selling for £19. The buy box is, it's at 32. Let's change that. Reanalyze. So the buy box basically shows up on this side. Again, it's the price that it is currently selling on. So it's selling for 32, bought it for 19. You're making £5 profit on each. Let's add like 50p on top of it for actually prepping and selling it out. But yeah, we've already found one of the products. For $12.99 this, and on Amazon it is selling for $21.25. So, but like the profit, as you can see, it's only £1.23, so it's not worth it, and I feel that you can't actually sell it anyways. The sales are low, so we move on to the next one. I also quickly forgot to mention, once you, let me actually close this down. Once you add the BuyBot Go app, you click on scan, and then you can scan the barcode behind it to actually then it will basically analyze as to what the profit is, how many sales it's getting. So I completely forgot to sort of put out this important information. But yeah, we just look around even more. Hold on. I'm looking around at like some random stuff. Usually what I do is I usually sort of check out everything, but today it's just going with instinct basically. So yeah, let's just look around. Right, so we found the thing. As you can see, where it's selling for £9. On Amazon, the buy box is around 16, but usually if you go to charts, if you go to Ace and averages, click on buy box and just go with the 365 days one, 17.5. Let me just remove this 02, 17.5, reanalyze. As you guys can see over here, 29% ROI, 264. So we've got like 5 of these in here. Ooh, that was a bit close. 5 of these in here. So yeah, 5 into 2, that's like £10 for like 10 minutes of work, which is again sick. My second most favorite place, I mean all of VM or like in any store, is the cleaning section. So we'll have a look over here as well and see what we find. Guys, we found an absolute winner also behind the camera. My sister was saying, considering I like the cleaning section so much, I'm quite dirty. Thought I'll just throw that joke in there, but this product is selling for $149. It is selling for 149. Boom. It's selling for £5 on Amazon. It's 0.48 or 32% ROI. It's selling quite a few times as well. So we've got a bunch of these in the back. What I used to do was I just used to basically speak with the staff, ask if they've got any in the background, in the back, and just have all of them. And yeah, if let's say if we've got, even let's say if we've got like, let's say 10 of them, we've made like £5. Well yeah, that is just that. Yeah, we look around even further and see if we find another product, but like this is a winner, honestly. Right, so another winner, 2.99 on B&M. Buy box is at 7.65. Again, 26% ROI, thousands of sales every month. We have another winner. I'm giving you guys these for free. Come thank me. 25 for this Satisfy Air. Selling for £50 on Amazon, £10 profit on each. Selling hundreds of times. We've got how many of these do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 of them. 15 into 10. £150. Just like this. Alright guys, we got tired of B&M. We're gonna go to Boots now, see if we find anything. I mean, I haven't even washed my face, and I'm still making money. What? Let's go.
How was it, man?
Pretty shite. No, they used to have like these massive boxes of like discounted products, but I think they took it away. We just went in there, sprayed ourselves with some nice perfumes, and yeah, that's all that we did for today. Okay kittens, we're done with retail arbitrage for today. I've showed you how it works. Just go to every store and just look out for treasure. I'm gonna go to the gym now, get some pump. That is it for today, and yeah, probably going to explain to you everything in a bit more detail as soon as I'm back home. Maybe take a shower, maybe not, but yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Right guys, I am back after taking a long shower. Again, the intro was actually made after I came back, but yeah, I've taken a shower, I've had my gym, I've found some products as you guys saw. Again, the method applies to each and every store. Just go to any store, take out your phone, start scanning items. You will guaranteed find something. And yeah, just that is that. Get on cracking. I always like to target retail parks because you just have so many stores around you. And again, there might be some stores that you don't find anything, but then again, if you go to a retail park, you will definitely find at least one product from like a bunch of shops that you find around you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little trip I've made as well. As you guys can see, I'm a really cool person to sort of hang around with. But that was it for this video, and in the next one I will tell you how we can find leads online with 2 methods. So one is automated, one is manual, but yes, more about that in the next video. Hello lads and ladies, in this complete masterclass we will be covering as to how we can find leads online, or essentially how we can buy stuff from other retailers online, order it to your house, and then send it to Amazon to flip for a profit. Now in the previous video I have covered how we can do that in store, but some of you guys would just prefer to sit at your sit wherever you are, maybe source products when you're in uni or at work, or just don't really want to go outside and find these products. This is going to be like the perfect video for you guys. Now me personally, I do prefer in-store arbitrage more compared to online arbitrage for 2 main reasons. First of all, online arbitrage has a bit more competition, and second of all is that it's just not fun. Like when you go to stores, when you buy stuff, it's just so much better. The feeling is just so much better compared to you finding products online. But then again, each their own. My job is to tell you guys both of these ways, and then you guys can decide which one to do, or why not do both as I used to do. So without any further ado, let's talk about the first method, which would be manual sourcing. Now, in manual sourcing, what you basically do is you go to different store websites yourself and you compare each and every store. Now, it does seem very tedious, but what you guys can usually do is you can go to only, let's say, specific sites that have like big sales. Let's say Asda has massive sales around Easter time or like holidays. Tesco's the same. We can go to Argos has massive deals most of the times as well. So sites like these you can go to, but what you can do is you can maybe sort of, I mean, let's do an example in front of you guys right now. So let's go to Argos and let's open Amazon on here. Let's click on Argos, accept, and let's see if they have any offers. Let's go to appliance offers for the time being. And where should we go? Let's just go and buy clearance, because why not? Let's just take this for example. Boom. What you can do is also, because I've mentioned that you guys can have BuyBot Pro, just right click it and click on search on.co.uk, and it will basically look for search on Amazon and see if it can find a similar product or not. This looks like a bit of hassle. No, nothing sort of matches this. So what we can do is we can just go back and look for a different product, maybe something that is a bit more branded. Let's try this. You know, funnily enough, I have sold this before. I bought these from Fab Foods for I think £60. So I have sold these in the past. £90. I think they are a bit expensive. So yeah, I think it's this one over here. Yeah, it's Genio S. Yeah, it's this one right over here. I mean, the color would be a bit different, but it is the same model. Oh, where did it go? Yeah, it is the same model. And as you can see, it's selling for £70 on Amazon, which is obviously why we will skip this and move on to the next one. And this is basically what you do. You go to every site that you think, like, just pick one site for the day, and you can go through every product that they have, maybe in clearance, and you can then most likely find something that you can more or less flip on Amazon or not. The reason why I don't like this is it is a lot of hard work, and even let's say in the end there is no guarantee that you will find something or not. However, the product you find, because you source them manually and the research you do is sort of a bit more extensive, the products that you find will match, and they will most likely, like the product that you find on a different retailer, it will be the same. Like when you select it, it will most definitely be the same that you want to sell. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it might sound really obvious that, well, yeah, the product I'm going to buy would be the same that I'm going to sell. Well, no, the problem is with other methods, because they're a bit more, let's say, automated, you maybe still have to filter through these products at the end. So, I mean, yeah, that is just that. But yeah, this is how you can manually source stuff if you guys want to. And yeah, that is basically it. So what you can do is you can go to different sites and look for them. And now if you come back, I have listed two sites too over here. So the first one is Groupon. Now I'm pretty sure that you guys might already know about this. What you can do is you can click on here on categories. You can go down to shopping, and you can click on shop all, and we'll just wait for it to load up really quickly. And then as you guys see over here, we can see, let's say, these bottles of Lynx, these are for sale as well. So let's have a quick look on this side too. And let's say Africa, Lynx shower gel, Africa. Let's see if something comes up at all. Lynx Africa shower. Let's go with 12 bottles for now. Or whatever comes up, essentially. Let's look 6-pack. So it's selling for 14.50. Let's actually have a look over here. It is a bit slow. Yeah, so it's selling for 14. We're buying it for 12. I mean, there's going to be barely any profit over here. But that just goes to show that what you can do is you can find products like this. If I look a bit more harder in this very listing, I might find something that is a bit more profitable. Like, as you can see, I'm losing £3 on here. But yeah, the price was even lower in the past. So, I mean, this is a skip. But you guys can come to this side and find something worthwhile. The second website is Price Runner. What you can do is you come to sale right here, and then you can more or less look at these products and look for something that you can actually, again, flip on Amazon for a profit. Let's actually take a look at this one. I've not seen this before. So it's selling for $29.99 on Very, and it's selling for $36.99 on Amazon. Okay, so it's actually selling for $29.99 on Amazon too. Let's actually have a look and see what the usual price is. So, I mean, if you've looked at the previous video, I've told you guys how we can more or less break down Amazon FBA, like how you can analyze data and see how high it was priced up before in the past. So let's actually scroll down a bit. We click on, I think we need to put something down. So let's just put down 29.99 for the sake of it. Click on analyzed rights. Now, let me actually move myself to this side. I've done this before too. Apologies, guys. Yeah, let me move myself to this side. So as you guys can see, 207 sales, amazing, but the profit is low because I mean I've put the same price over here. Right, so we come down over here, click on 180 to see what the usual price is. Amazon usual price is 38.33. That is what the usual price was. So we come out here 38.33. Not 28, 38.33. No. Yeah, so as you guys can see, we can actually make a profit on top of this too. It is a bit lower than how much I actually like, but as you guys can see, Amazon has only started. So this yellow line, this yellow sort of box, shows as to when Amazon actually joined the listing, and Amazon only joined on the 5th of April, as far as I can see. So just this month alone. So we can take Amazon out quickly out of this entire proportion, and we can come back up again, and we can see as to how much the FBA pricing was in the past. So Amazon 67.12. So it was usually priced as 67.12 before Amazon actually jumped on, which is, again, it is a big difference. And if I were in your place, I would have bought this. This is a buy straight off. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because Amazon has just recently jumped on this listing, first of all. So that means that, and let's actually see how much stock they have. Let's actually check. So they've only got 6 stock, which means that they will completely sell out. This is selling 207 times in a month. So, I mean, just it is going to sell out really quickly. I mean, I'm trying to contain my excitement as well. Because, like, think about it this way. You're getting it for $29.99. Or what some people do is actually, some people I know, what they do is they basically just buy it off from Amazon, that for cheaper, then just they sell it on Amazon again. So you guys can do that if you want to. However, let's buy this. I mean, if you want, you can buy this from here. Look for other cashback websites. I mean, it has cashback on here too. Excuse me. So it has up to 4% cashback. So, I mean, yeah, you can get this completely. This is a winner. So this just goes to show that even when you want to source manually, you can still find winning products. Like I've found one right in front of your eyes. You're making 97% ROI. It's like you're more or less doubling your money. It is a perfect buy. Wow, I did not expect to find a winner whilst I was recording this. But yeah, this is like a method that you guys can definitely use to find a lot of winners online. The second one would be VA sourcing. Now, VA sourcing is just virtual assistant sourcing. What you guys are currently doing manually, all you do is you either go to Upwork or Fiverr. You can hire somebody back in Philippines or Pakistan or India, pay them like $3 or $5 a day, and just get them to do what you're doing for yourself. Or you can do is you can just go to Fiverr, pay somebody for a list. I've never used these personally. I know somebody who has hired a VA to search manually from Upwork. But then again, it is something that you can do. But if you're a beginner, if you just want to take it as a side hustle, there is no point in doing it. Just stick with the other two methods. They're much more better. And yeah, I mean, my favorite, as I mentioned, is in-store. Second one is manual sourcing, and the third one, I mean, VA sourcing, because I've never done that. I don't really want to do it too, because like you have to manage one person as well. So I don't think you guys will have the time to actually do that. So tactical arbitrage. Now this is the juicy part. A lot of people might be waiting for this this thing. I've mentioned it in my previous video, how to open it alongside BuyerBot Pro. So tactical arbitrage. What is it actually? Tactical arbitrage is a software. It is what it basically does is it scans the internet just like we were doing right now and looks for deals on our behalf. Like it is automatic. It is automated. What you can just do is you can put down your stores, you can put down your filters, let it run. You can do your own stuff and come back like after 4 or 5 hours or maybe an hour or two and sort of just take a look around and see what fillers it has found or not. Because this is going to be automated, I would say this is that it does have some errors. It might sort of find different products and say they're the same. And yeah, I mean, even though it is very streamlined, in the end, you still will have to put some manual work into it. But then again, it's still really easy. It's relatively easy. If you want, you guys can definitely do that. So let's take a look around. Let's take a brief tour as to right, guys. So I had to open this up in a new browser because I don't know, for some reason it wasn't working on that browser. So I just opened Brave and tried to look at it. Seems like they have sort of changed the layout on tactical arbitrage, but then again, that is completely fine. So as you guys can see, we're on a free trial. We don't need to pay for anything. We don't need to pay for this. Again, if you're feeling bad, if you want to pay, you can. I don't want to pay it. I believe nobody wants to pay for it. So I mean, that is completely fine. So what we guys can do is now go to your left hand side, click on product search. Click on product search now. And then just make sure your country is selected as the UK one. And what you guys can do is now they've got a list of all the websites that this is compatible with. What you guys can do is, I think in the free trial, you can only select up to 2 searches, which again is more than enough. What you guys can do is you can have 3 or 5 different browsers and you can have a different account on each of them, which then sort of fast tracks the entire process. But what you guys can do is you can just find you can select one of these stores that you wanted to compare with Amazon, and you guys can find products through this method. And what was I about to say? And the thing is, I can understand that the list might seem very long, but you guys, what you can do is, if you believe that there is a sale on a certain website, you guys can simply select that and then move on to the next one. Usually what happens is, I think Zavi has good sales. I mean, in the past, I found a lot of good deals on Zavi. So I'll just click on Zavi right from here. And let's scroll to the top again. And now what you guys can do is you can select subcategories. It completely depends on you, whichever one you like. Let's actually, select a few. Let's actually select all. See if it does that. Select $4.99. Yeah, so we select all 500 categories. I think that's completely fine. Let's see if we can get some cash back to Zavi cash back that we can account in for. Let's open both of these and see if there's something we can get. Up to 5.25 Zavi cashback. I need to log this in, but this is a different browser, which again I hate. So it says up to 5.25. So then again, I'm not too sure as to what the actual ratio is. So let's just go with this 3.75 from here. 3.75. Let's see if we've got any Zavi discounts too. So discounts that we could factor in, and let's have a look. 10% off. Let's see if this is still valid. 10% exclusive student discount. So let's click on this. Copy code, go to store. Let's see, student code Zavi. And we can also get £5 off our first order, which again, it seems sick. So uni days, 10% off. So yeah, that's completely fine. We can then take into account 10% for student discount as well. Name the search, we'll just Zavi. Prep, I would say it costs us around 0.5 pennies per prep. So let's just go with that. And I'm going to click on search. And now what will happen is Amazon will tactical arbitrage will basically compare the listings on Zavi with the listings on Amazon. And what you guys can do is you can just let it run for the time being. Let's just let it run for now. I'll go do some other stuff and I'll be back as soon as this is finished. Right, boys. So we are back, what I did was I added 2 more stores, just so we could get more data, and just so we have a bit more products that we can uh, basically compare to see which one fit us the best. Now, as you guys can see, I've got 2 in progress, one that is completed, and that basically goes to show that we can add 3 different stores, or you can make 3 searches at the same time on the free trial. So I think it's actually good and more than enough for you guys to actually start off with. But then again, if you want to add more stores, what you guys can simply do is just add more browsers. There's another browser known as Biscuit, and what it does is it saves different cookie sessions. So it's going to be just one same browser, and on the left hand side you have different tabs, and on those different tabs you can have different logins, and that way it won't basically contradict with each other, and you don't have to manually log in and log out again to log into to open up each search result, if that makes sense. So you can use Biscuit. It's a fabulous browser. Just go on Google, search Biscuit, and you'll basically find that browser. So yeah, what we can now do is we can go to where is it? Go to product search, click over here, and click on view data to see what data we have. Now, in the free trial, the only limitation we have is that we can only view 100 items. So 100 items that fit our criteria, only these will show up over here. Now, as we can see, we've got a bunch of products that we can basically compare. But what we can do now, we can come up to this sort and filter data, come over here. What you guys can do is match quality 75, that's perfect. And let me actually open up the criteria that we need to have. I do have it in a separate document, which I will later on share with you guys too. Right, so these are the filters that we need to put in that we can basically use to filter these products even more. Now, as you can see, the gross ROI, I've put the minimum we need is 15%, and the monthly sales, the minimum would be 20. Now, if you remember previously, I've mentioned that we want to look for products that are above 20% ROI and that have sell more than 50 times in a month. The only reason why we put as such is because sometimes tactical arbitrage is not the best to source this data. So the only reason why I've done that is just so we have more leads that we can then manually assess. Because sometimes we can find a winner that tactical arbitrage doesn't have the correct data on. So that's all that we need for the filters. Just click on apply, and then we can have a quick look. So as you guys can see over here, we've actually found one product that is selling for 469. That's the 30-day average. Let's actually check the 180-day average. So the 180-day average is 469. You can buy it for £280 or 264 after all the taxes, after all the discounts and everything, like the cashback. It's 5.5%. I believe this is Argos. So let's just manually double check if these are the same items or not to see if this would be a winner or not. So let's have a quick look. 5-in-1 air styler. 5-in-1 air styler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I feel like they're the same. They are the same. Stone. What is it? What color is it? What color is it? Is it stone? Let's see if we can find this over here by any chance. Oh yeah, so basically they are the same model. So again, this is a big winner that we guys can choose. Again, £100 profit or 42% margin, which is absolutely banging. How many monthly sales do we have? Let's have a look. Monthly sales across almost 21. Again, the sales are a bit slower, but then again, we've got such a massive ROI and such a big profit. We can again sort of buy. We can again be a bit lenient towards this product and buy this. The only issue I currently have for the time being is that it says over here sub, or it basically means that the buy box for this is suppressed. And as we can see over here, there is no sort of buy now box on this side, and a customer needs to click on see all buying options, and then naturally speaking, the customer will just go for the lowest listed item. Now, another funny thing over here I can see is that there's only just one seller over here that is going to be that seems to be that they are not using FBA, and they are using like it's merchant fulfilled. So in this instance, if you want to get on this listing as an FBA seller, Amazon will then prioritize you, and then that will then push this. That will then make you have the buy now button on top of it. So that's something that you can buy, and then you can potentially get the buy now button on here. And again, you as a result, then you will get more sales. Again, these are 21 for the time being because there's no buy now button. But if you get on this listing, then it will sort of have the buy now button, and you can get on it as an FBA seller, and that will massively increase, first of all, the profits, second of all, the sales in general as well, because for the timing, it's just suppressed because there's no FBA seller on it, if that makes sense. So this would be a massive winner, defo. As we scroll down, we can find another one. What is this? Let's have a quick look. Just want to make sure if they're not the same, because they do tend to look the same a bit. 280. I believe they are the same. Yeah, they're both the same listing. I'm not sure why it's came back up again. So that's why I was saying that this software, again, it is automated, but you still have to filter through them. So we found one winner. Again, as you guys can see over here, they look the same, but they're not the same. So we skip this too. Come over here. Are these the same? Let's actually open it up and have a look. Again, the ROI on this is massive, and it's selling. How many times is it selling? It's selling 100. No, not 100 times. It's selling 191 times a month, which again, it is perfect. So let's actually come over here and see if we can find a model or anything close to it that we can use to compare. Let's try this. Come back over here, Control F, paste, and couldn't find it. So I'm not too sure if these would be the same product or not. 445 GPS running band, 445 running watch. I'm not too sure if they're the same or not. What you guys can do is, in this instance, because again the ROI is so massive, you guys can order it up, and Argos has free returns. So what you guys can do is you can order it up, sort of take a look from the back. You can use BuyBot Pro, take a look from the back, and then basically sort of determine if they're the same items or not. If they are, well, good, order more stuff. But if they are not, then you can just basically send it back, and it'll be good. Let's scroll down even further. Yale Smart Door Tune-Up. Let's have a look at these two. Pack of 2, and over here it's a pack of 2 too. Let's 2-pack, 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 pack of 2. So yeah, again, these look the same. ROI is 53%. Selling 42 times a day. Again, bang on. You guys can buy it if you want to. Let's have, like over here, as you guys can see, they are two completely different products. So again, just to avoid this and filter through. These look the same. These do look the same. 175, selling for 245. Again, the ROI isn't there, so I'll just skip this. Oh, nice. 75% profit, 138 sales per month. This looks like another winner, guys. Let's actually have a quick look. So pink, one option for 48. Let's see what the 180 the average price is. So 180 the average price is £67 actually. Madness. So yeah, you can buy them for 30, sell them for 68 or 48 for now. Let's actually have a look. Yeah, I mean it's being sold by Amazon US. So there's no US seller, UK seller on it for the time being. So you guys can get on it and basically buy this, and again make amazing profits on this. Again, just make sure that whatever listing you buy, just make sure that you are actually eligible to sell it. Again, if you're not, you might be gated, but then again, just double check it. And if you're gated, have a game plan in place. And if you're restricted, just completely avoid the listing at all. So again, as you guys can see, it's the same method on how you guys can sort of walk through this entire list and sort of compare items and find winners. Now, as you guys can see, I didn't have to lift a single figure, in the sense that I didn't have to go to different sites manually to find these products. They would just put in just select the websites you want to scan and just let it run, and it will automatically give you the products that it seems are similar and that you guys can sell. 2-in-1, 18% margins, but it's selling 28 times. Again, I would skip this personally. But yeah, there's like so many different products now. Can we go to the second page? I think we can. Let's actually try and go to the other page now. Or is it just one page? Let's try to see if anything does come up. No, so after we place down those filters, only 22 items were like eligible for this. So I don't know how it missed my mind. But yeah, so as you guys can see, we've got a bunch of products. We had a bunch of products. We had 100. Put down some filters, narrowed it down to 22. Now we only look at this 22, and then the products that are actually worth selling, we buy them. We obviously have them in with us, and that's basically everything. These are the products that we can sort of basically filter from and find the products that we can actually sell. Again, I've told you again 3 methods we're discussing in this video. First one would be manual sourcing, second one would be VA sourcing, and the third one is tactical arbitrage. Again, you guys can choose whichever you prefer. Again, I personally just like manually sourcing or just buying stuff in store just because it's more fun. But then again, this is another beautiful method on how you guys can find multiple items for selling with the least amount of time spent. And that's basically everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you've got any questions, just ask me in the group. I'll be there to help you out. And that's everything. I'll speak to you guys soon. Right, kittens. So in this quick lesson, I'm going to talk about gated products and how to get ungated. Now, before you ask me this, what is a gated product? A gated product actually means a product that one can't sell yet. I'll add yet over here as well. One can't sell yet. And what I mean by that is there are 2 kinds of products that you can't sell. The ones that you can't sell yet are called gated products, which means that you can sell them eventually. One kind of product is the product you cannot sell, and that just means it's a restricted product and you cannot sell it at all. It's only for those, that product can only be sold by either the brand itself or Amazon or other authorized retailers, but most likely you won't be able to do that. So let's talk about the gated products and how we can ungate them. But before we move on to that, let's see as to why Amazon does this. They do this simply, they want to make sure that the products that are being sold are authentic and not fake, and simply because Amazon does not trust you. These issues will decrease as time goes on and as your account gets older. Now, this gating issue usually happens with accounts that are like freshly made. Once your account gets older, they really won't care at all. So there are 3 ways to ungate that very product. Now, usually what they will present you with is a questionnaire. They can show you a video and then they ask you questions in regards to that video. That is the easiest way to get ungated in regards to a brand. So always pray when you get gated. That's the thing that you basically get. It's also known as like an auto ungate thingy, but then again, it's really straightforward. Second would be through a receipt received with an online order. Now, let's say if you're gated for a product that you basically ordered in store, you cannot use that receipt because Amazon usually requires an invoice. So you can't get away. When you get a receipt online, you can basically use a white block and cover the receipt where it's written receipt, and then you can upload it to Amazon and they can unblock you. But this does not happen with products you buy in store. For the products you buy in store, we need to go down to the third option, which is through an invoice obtained from a wholesaler. Now, what do I mean by this? It doesn't always have to be a wholesaler. It can be an online retailer as well, as long as they give you like an online invoice or an online receipt where you can basically hide the word receipt. Or if it says invoice, the word invoice is perfectly fine. I don't know, for some reason, Amazon hates the word receipt because if it sees it, they just automatically decline. So what you do is, if you let's say Oral-B toothbrushes, you bought it from B&M, you're locked onto it. What you just do is, some people, what they do is actually, they go to Amazon itself, buy 10 units of an Amazon product, 10 units of Oral-B from Amazon, get it delivered, and then you get an invoice from Amazon themselves, which basically states Oral-B on top of that invoice. And you can basically send that invoice to Amazon, and then you basically get ungated straight off. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is, whatever you guys get, make sure it has a combined, it has 10 units. Yep, so perfect. So once you send that receipt or that invoice to Amazon, just make sure it has 10 units or more, because that's like Amazon's minimum requirement. And in the very end, if you can't get ungated, that means it's restricted. It's restricted. Only accounts with authorization can sell these products. So if you get a product that you want to sell and you see you're gated, there are going to be three outcomes. A, it's going to be a questionnaire. C, to second option, if it's an online order, just use the receipt you found, hide the word receipt and send it to Amazon. They're going to ungate it. If they don't, just keep uploading the same route 3 or 5 times. Amazon does accept it eventually. Third one, through an invoice obtained from a wholesaler. If you don't want to find a wholesaler, just buy stuff from Amazon with the same brand. Amazon does give you an invoice, and then that invoice could be used to unlock or ungate these products. And fourth, just make sure it is 10 units or more. And that is basically how you just get ungated. So I quickly forgot to mention that when I say gated product, it also means that it is a gated brand in most instances. So let's take an example for Oral-B again from B&M. You bought the toothbrushes that you wanted to sell. You got ungated for it. Once you get ungated for an Oral-B toothbrush, that will mean you can sell an Oral-B toothpaste as well. So it's the same, like once you get ungated for a Nivea, let's say a moisturizer, you can sell Nivea face washes as well. So in most instances, it is not just a gated product, but a gated brand. And once you get that brand in itself ungated, you can sell any items as long as it comes under that brand. That's it for today. See you in the next one. Hey, Mike, that's in this quick, I mean, it's not going to be quick, but in this lesson, I will be telling you exactly how to add your products to Amazon and then and from that point onward to basically making it ready for it to get shipped to Amazon. And then from that point on, Amazon basically loads it into its warehouse. So everything you need from adding that product on Amazon and then basically prepping it and then sending it off to Amazon, we will be covering everything in this one video. I will try not to sort of cut any part out or try not to stutter and try to sort of drag it on. So because we've got a lot to cover, let's actually get started without wasting any more time. So before starting anything, I want you guys to take the ASIN for your product. Now, this is going to be really, really important. What you can do is, let's say, if this is the product you want to sell, this one over here, and you don't really know what the ASIN is, you can get it from 2 ways, 3 essentially. And the first one would be, it would be in the link after the word DP. The second way would be in the description section for this product. So, yep, ASIN, it's right over here. It's also the product details, so it's going to be 3 places. Another place you can take it from is, once you log into BuyBot Pro, it also tells you over here. I'm not too sure why it's not logged in for the time being, but because it's going to drag the video more, let's just skip this for the time being. So let's just copy this. You come back to your Amazon sellers dashboard. And what you need to do is you need to go to the add product section now. Now, as you guys can see, I've got this over here. But let's assume that you've not bookmarked this. What you guys can do is go to this section over here, come down to inventory. Is it inventory or yes, sorry, come down to catalog, click on add products right over here. And then on this side, all you need to do is you just need to copy, paste, and search. Just make sure your product is the right one. Select on condition. Always sell new products. So click on new, click on sell this product. And then this page will load up. Now, in quantity, you always put down 1. So just put 1 down in the inventory. Your price, again, this will be the price that you want to sell the product at. Again, the best price I've told you is like the 90-day or the 365-day average on your analyzing software, which would most likely be BuyBot Pro. So you just put that number right over here. Fulfillment channel, always select on Amazon will dispatch and provide customer service. This would be FBA. And then we just scroll down even further. Just make sure it's United Kingdom that's turned on. Turn everything else off. And we just click on save and finish on this side. Let me actually move myself out of the way so you guys can see. My bad. Okay, what's happening? Yeah, boom. Right, there we go. So it's save and can finish right on this side over here. I've already got this loaded, so I'll just go back to my I'll go back to my inventory and show it to you guys from there. manage all inventory, boom. And let me drag myself back to my original position. Perfect. So, right, so this is the product that we have added right over here. What you guys need to do next is you need to count as to how many products or how many units of this you have. So let's say we want to sell, let's say these two products. We just add them the same way. So let's assume for this example, we've added these two products. So we click tick over here and then we select this two. We come down to action onto selected, click on here. And then you come down to print item labels, click on here. Click on yes and continue. You basically put down your units. So let's assume both of these are 8. And then we just click on print item labels. Click on OK. It's going to open. You click on this. And basically this is the PDF that you will get, which you can print. Again, as I've mentioned previously, I want you guys to order these 27 label A4 sheets. Because what it will allow you to do is, instead of you cutting them off from a normal A4 sheet and then using a tape to paste them on top of your product, they are just sticker labels, so they're just so much easier, and it is just going to save so much time. So I do have an example right over here with me. So what you just do is you take that label and you just attach it over here. That way, what will happen is as soon as this gets scanned in Amazon, Amazon will know that this product belongs to you. Now, in some instances, you do not have to do it. You don't have to print a label and attach it to the product. But what might happen is if you and another seller sell the same product and this is fake, but because both of you have generic labels, Amazon can accidentally send that product in your name. And then when we get a complaint in regards to it, you will then face the consequences. So in order to avoid that, I always recommend people to print off these labels first. Put them on the product, because then again, it doesn't take that much time. But then again, once you get a complaint, again, your account health is gonna go down. Your store might get shut down even. So in order to potentially avoid these problems, we do need to take these steps. So we keep ourselves safe. Cross this down, and let's cross this page down too. So once these item labels are printed, we go back to our inventory, scroll down, we select both of these products yet again, click on action yet again, and then we click on send/replenish inventory. Yes, and continue. Right. So right over here, as you guys can see, prep not required. And over here, it states prep not required too. Now, what that essentially means is in some instances, Amazon asks you to bubble wrap some products. Now, these are usually that are a bit fragile or are made of glass. So you guys can do that if you want to. Again, it depends on the products. Now, for these, we don't really need them. So if it says over here that you need to bubble wrap those items, just get a bubble wrap, wrap them up, and put that label that we printed on top of that bubble wrap, not on the item in itself. And so we just expiry, we just select a random one over here. Let's just select this. For this, and again, let's just put down, we've got 6 units for this, and we've got, let's say, 6 units for this too. Ready to pack. Now, as you can see, Amazon also allows you to print SKU labels from this side over here. So if I click on here, it's given me the same sort of page that we got before. However, the only reason why I do not like to print SKU labels from here is because sometimes when we add items, let's say we've added 3 more items, Amazon sometimes does not allow you to print a label for one of them products. So let's say we've got 5 items and labels for only 4 of those items will print. So then we'll have to go back to that method and then print the labels that way. So in order to avoid this back and forth from the very beginning, we just print the item labels first and then basically come here add these to our inventory, and basically continue from there and not print the labels from this section right over here. So yeah, once this is added, click on pack individual items. Perfect. And now sometimes what might happen is Amazon, because they've got different warehouses and different warehouses for different kind of products, what it might tell you to do is to pack certain items in one box and to pack other items in the other. And what in this instance we can see is that it's not the case. Like, we can pack all these items in just one box, and we don't need multiple items. Now let me sort of briefly touch down on dangerous goods or hazardous goods as well. Now let's say if you've got perfumes that you want to sell, they will come up in the hazardous category or the dangerous goods category, and they will always ask you to sort of pack it in a different box. Compared to they will always ask you to pack it in a different box as opposed to with these ones. Now, I will also tell you guys that when you're planning to send these dangerous goods out, again, if you're a beginner, just avoid them. But let's say if you still want to do it, create like a separate shipment for them. Like, if you've got, let's say, 10 items and 2 of them are, let's say, dangerous goods, only add 8 of these over here. Once you're done with them, only then go to the dangerous goods one, because it sometimes can affect your shipping prices as well, which we will cover down a bit later as well. But yeah, just make separate shipments for dangerous goods and for normal goods. So for the timing, let's go ahead with everything will fit into one box. Let's just go with a random dimension. Again, weight it out as well. Let's say it's, I don't know, 10. I mean, you do need a weight machine for this. I've got a separate one. I got it just from Amazon for like 20-ish pounds. So yeah, get yourselves one of those two. Click on confirm packaging, confirm and continue. We let it load to over here. Select the date you want to ship your item on. I just select the very next day. And like right over here, as you can see, you can, because these are normal products, you can ship them with Amazon Partner Courier. And this is going to be the cheapest option out of them all. This is going to be the cheapest. And if you're a new account, I think you get credits up to 400-ish pounds, so you don't even have to pay the fees in the beginning, which again, it's quite sick. So you get free shipment in the beginning, which is amazing. Now, because these are normal products, it's allowing you to set it with Amazon Partner Courier. If it was, let's say, a dangerous good, you have to select a separate partner courier, and we can basically go to, I think it's Parcel Monkey. Oh, let me bring that up again. Yeah, so yeah, you can go to Parcel Monkey and then ship it from here. But then again, that is going to be far more expensive as compared to the partner courier. So all in the end, what you just do is once you've made sure your box is packed up, everything, the labels have been attached to the products, you pack them up, you've sealed the box. All you just do is you click on this box and you accept charges and confirm shipping. I'm not going to do that because I don't have any products to send, but you just essentially click on here, and then what will happen is that Amazon will give you 2 more labels again, and basically one will be the shipping label and one will be the label for Amazon itself. Just take both of them off and just paste it on the box in itself, and you're done. You'll be completely done with the entire process. Now, you might be wondering as to, okay, do I go and drop these parcels off to the UPS office, or like what do I do? The amazing thing about selling with Amazon and sending with the partner courier is that they actually have free collection available too. So what you guys can do is, let me actually go to my shipments so I could give you an example. You go on the internet, you just search UPS collection, click on here, you go to this section over here. Just let's take this for example. I don't know why I chose the second one, but yeah, let's just take any as an example. Click on track shipments, and so this is going to be tracking number. Again, as I mentioned, there will be 2 sheets. One would be with the tracking number and one would be with the Amazon FBA box label. This is for the courier and this is for Amazon, so they know that it's yours. Click on this tracking number, come here, opt-in. That's fine. And what you just do is you just paste in your label over here. Just put down your details, your time, your weights, and everything, and just click on next and confirm the shipment. And what will happen is UPS will come to your door, collect this item, and take it to Amazon. So it's going to be so much easier for you that you don't have to load it up in your car and drop it off to somewhere else. You can just simply just do that. UPS will come down, take it away. Now with digital goods again, you might have to pay extra charges for it. But then again, if you're just a beginner, just don't bother looking into it at all. But yeah, this is going to be the entire A to Z on how you add the product to Amazon and how you send it to Amazon's warehouse. Again, pretty straight to the point, pretty straightforward. There isn't much technical stuff going on in it as well. That is what I love about this. It's just so easy, so straight to the point, and anyone can essentially do it. If you use 1% of your brain, you can definitely do it. So yeah, that is all for this video. Again, I think it's been a bit quicker than I anticipated. So yeah, that is that. And from this point onward, what basically happens is once it loads up into the warehouse, you just wait for the sales to kick in. That is it. That is all that you do. You don't manage anything. You don't manage any inventory. You don't manage any customer support. Nothing at all. All you do is you just wait for the sales to come in. You might have to adjust the pricing sometimes. I mean, if your analysis is correct, you don't have to do that. But let's say if you're just being impatient and you want to undercut people, which again, do not do, you can change that down from your managed inventory section as well. But then again, you don't need to do anything else. This is the entire work you do. Buy products, add them to Amazon, send it to Amazon. You're done. All right, guys, let's talk about undercutting. Now, what does undercutting actually mean? Undercutting means, let's say, if all sellers are priced at £10, you go down to £9.99 in order to sell your products first. Lowering your price in order to sell your products first is something that is known as undercutting. Now, this is a no-go. If you're doing Amazon FBA or if you're in any business whatsoever, undercutting, it's a big no. And the reason why I'm saying that is, although in Amazon FBA you will think that lowering your price will result in you selling faster, that is not the case. Because the thing is, if you have a newer account, somebody with a positive reputation with Amazon who's been with them for a longer time, they will still very likely win the buy box. And I will talk about buy box in the next module a bit more, but essentially all you need to know is that they'll still make more money than you will. With undercutting, even if let's say you sell earlier, if you waited a day or two, you would have made more money, but because you are being restless, you've lost out on, first of all, potential profit, and second of all, I can understand being an Amazon FBA seller myself. If I see somebody going down even 1 penny, let me just tell you, we just don't see a lot of good stuff. So to avoid that, just stick with the pricing, stay patient, and wait for your turn. And I mean, yeah, there's nothing much else to say it. Like undercutting, just don't do it. It is not worth the hassle. It is not worth the headache. You've done so much. You worked so hard to find the product, package it up, and to send it to Amazon. And now you're going to put the price down. Because the thing is, once you put 1 penny down, somebody else will take 2 pennies down, and then 3, then 4, and then the cycle sort of continues, and the price crashes down, and sometimes it never recovers. So we don't want that. We want the best for ourselves and for somebody else as well. There's too much money in this world. We all can make money if only we stay patient. Let's share the profits. Stop being greedy, and there's not much more to say it. That is it. Yeah. Don't undercut. Stop undercutting. Hey lovelies, in this quick lesson, I will tell you what a buy box is and how you can win it more, and how winning it more basically gets you more sales. So what is a buy box? A buy box, it's just the buy now button on a listing. That is it. So let me just show you an example. So like this example over here, this toothbrush, I came to Amazon, I like it, I'm going to buy this, I'm just going to click on buy now. Now, even though I'll click on buy now and I'm buying it on Amazon, this is actually sold by Case Goods. Like, it's their stock. Like, they are like, the seller is Case Goods. It's just that Amazon is providing the shipping and the management and everything. So the buy box is currently being taken over by Case Goods. And as we scroll down even further, we can see there's like 13 more sellers on here. Now, the thing is, these 13 sellers, the buy box keeps on rotating between them. But for the time being, the turn, Case Goods, it's their turn. So like, they are basically making the bread for the time being, is how I should put it as. But the thing is, there are sort of like some steps that you can basically take for you to get on the buy box for longer compared to other accounts. Now, the first one is to just get more good reviews. It's really easy to get them. Start messaging people manually that basically buy from you. Once they get their order, just send them a sweet message and be like, well, we appreciate you buying from our small shop. We're a family-run business, blah, 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 blah. And we would appreciate if you leave us a review because it goes a long way. Just be nice to them and the review will come by. The more positive reviews you have, the higher or the more chances you'll have to actually appear in the buy box. The second is, the older account is, the more time you'll stay at the buy box for. Again, this is pretty standard. It's a fact. There's nothing much you can do about it, but I'm just telling you, just so you're aware, the more older your account gets, the more chance, the higher your chances to actually win the buy box, and more regularly that does happen. Just have more stock. If you have more stock compared to other sellers, you will just appear more in the buy box, and that's just facts that I can't change that. And yeah, so that is the top 3 tips I would like to give you to win the buy box a bit more. And one big tip I would give you is to never undercut and never lower your price. I'm being really honest. This is such a bad move because a lot of people are like, well, if I price my product a bit lower, I might get more sales. That is absolutely wrong because once you start undercutting, other sellers will start undercutting too, and you guys will just eat out from your own profits. You guys are losing money. Whereas there's no reason there's a reason for you to do so. You can just stay patient. You can just wait for your turn and you can make sales. There's no reason for you to start undercutting. And if there's another seller on the same account with more positive listings, and which is basically an older account, and they've got, let's say, a higher price than you, they will still most likely win the buy box because they have a positive reputation with Amazon, and Amazon will just prioritize them because they can't take the risk with you. You're a new seller. They need time to trust you. So stay patient and follow these steps, and you will soon start to win the buy box more often. Stay patient and yeah, stop undercutting. Hey guys, in this quick video, I will tell you how you can actually manage your receipts, how you can organize them, just because, let's say, after a year, when you're about to pay your taxes, you don't have to run around like I had to. And this is like, this system, it is so simple. One of my friends told me about this, and I so just regret not to sort of have it in place before, because like with my accountant and stuff, this was just such a big issue. So what I want you to do is download Google Drive on your mobile phone first of all, create a folder with the title receipts or invoices or Amazon FBA or whatever. Once you make that, have a different folder for each month, one for Jan, one for Feb, March, April, May till December. And when you make a purchase, let's say in store, take a picture of that receipt and upload it to the relevant month, and then rename that to the date you actually made the purchase. If you, let's say, order something online, download that invoice from that email, or at least take a screenshot of the email confirmation and upload it in the month. Again, renaming the file with the date of the actual purchase date. This is going to be so important. It is so important for you to manage your receipts and optimize your invoices, because let me tell you something, once the taxman knocks on your door, you have to be answerable to each and every detail. So again, it might not seem a bigger of a deal once you obviously start your Amazon journey, but it is really important. So yeah, keep that in place. Again, just be a bit more responsible. That is it for this lesson. Really quick one, straight to the point. I'll see you guys in the next one. Right, let's touch down on another way that you guys can use to make some extra money in this business. Now, a lot of people that I know that are in this Amazon FBA business, their prep center business is making them more money than the actual Amazon FBA business as well. And in some instances, they prefer doing that just because it's less hassle. So this is me giving you a mini guide as to how you can start your own. So first of all, what actually is it? Now, what happens is, for most people that, let's say, do Amazon FBA, they get to a certain point where managing all this stock that sort of comes to their house and then packing it up and then sending it off to Amazon becomes somewhat of a big hassle. And this could also be potentially a problem for people that, let's say, have full-time jobs, or let's say they have another business and they just want to sort of delegate this task over to other people. Now, what then happen is that prep centers then come into play. Basically, what they do is they basically just ask their person to send all their products in over to ourselves. So like, this is the Amazon seller. He sends all his products to you. And again, you might be thinking as to, well, if they can send these products over to you, then what is the actual point? Well, you guys can do two things. First of all, if this person is, let's say, just doing online arbitrage, he can ship all of those products over to you. Or let's say if he's doing some in-store arbitrage as well, he can just simply send these products over to you with no prep. So, because when you're about to send something to Amazon, what you sometimes need to, what you in all instances need to do is, you need to, let's say, if I want to, let's say, sell this, it might have a barcode somewhere around here. And what I need to do is, oh, actually, better yet, let's just, I think I have one. Yeah, perfect. So this actually has a barcode over here already. I send this to Amazon, so I had to put another barcode on the side over here. So this putting this on, having to obviously go out and purchase this, printing it off, and then taking it and attaching it to the side over here. Again, if you have, let's say, 1,000 pieces, for some people it's just a bit too much, so they just want to delegate these tasks to other people. So there's a gap in the market. And then so this is what they can't do. So what they can do is they can use you as a proxy, and then you can send it to Amazon on their behalf. What you can just simply do is ask them to send the products to you, ask them to send you the shipping labels to you too. They can easily send it through their Amazon shipping dashboard. Once they send it to you, you print them off, you attach the labels, you pack it up in a box, and then you just ship it off to Amazon. That is what you can do, and that is how you can potentially make some extra income too. What do you need for this? Just a space to accommodate other people's stocks, a printer, a lot of supplies, and some clients. Now, the beautiful thing about this is, because this course would be watched by a lot of people now, and some of those people might actually need prep centers around them. So what you can do is you can sort of you can make a post in the community and be like, well, I can do prep for you. You can charge them. I think realistically a good rate would be between 25p to 50p per item. And I mean, if they have, let's say, bubble wrap around it, just put it up to 75-ish pennies. But yeah, that is something that you can do. Again, this is not like a proper guide, but again, it doesn't really need a guide. It's really simple. If somebody doesn't have the time to send their products to Amazon, you can be like, I can do it for you. Take all their products, prep it all up, send it to Amazon, print the money, and that is basically that. A nice and easy business model. Again, you can scale it to a bigger warehouse if you want to. But yeah, this is another quick way for you to make some extra income on the side.